Welcome to a new edition of Chef Wu Can. Chef Wu Can, you can too, is my motto. Today, we're going to, on a crisp day, on a Sunday, we're going to introduce you to another dish, very simple to make, and it's using long hot peppers. And these can be bought at H Mart, which is a Korean supermarket, or hopefully any local Asian market that you may have in your area. H Mart is usually located on the East Coast, Texas, and the West Coast. And we have a vast variety of all types of vegetables, ingredients, sauces, and it's really the best place and it's the freshest ingredients that's available. So what we're going to do with these long peppers are basically I cut off the end, and it's kind of spicy. Obviously the seeds are here. We're going to take out the seeds. We're going to cut it the long way. You can use a knife or a scissor, and then we'll just take out the insides, because even if you take out the inside, it's still going to be kind of hot. And then we're going to stuff it with a combination of shrimp and tilapia. Obviously, the reason why is because the price of seafood is skyrocketing, so just to use shrimp is going to be kind of costly, but I buy the size 16 to 20 shrimp, which means that there's 16 to 20 shrimp per pound. So the higher the number, the smaller the shrimp. The lower the number, the bigger the shrimp. Shrimp has more flavor. Tilapia is a very mellow flavor, and these are pre-packaged already. So we're going to combine that into the Cuisinart. We're going to season it with some fish sauce. We're going to use about 2 tablespoons, a little Shaoxing wine. Never hurt anybody. We're going to add some ground garlic, and we're going to grind some fresh ginger. All right, so let me start to grind prepare the garlic and the ginger. Okay. Now ginger, when you buy it in a store, you're going to see that it's a huge piece of a root. So you're going to take the piece off, which is very fresh. And then the remainder is going to probably go in the refrigerator, and it's going to dry out, because the next time you're going to use fresh ginger, it may be in a week, maybe 2 weeks, and it's going to dry out, and ultimately you're going to throw it out, so you're going to be wasting money. So I recommend that you take the remainder of the ginger, put it in a container, plastic container, add a little Shaoxing wine on top, or like your favorite Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay wine, and that will preserve for as long as you want. All right. So I cut a piece off here. We're not going to use too much, and we're going to bash it with my cleaver. This is a beautiful one-piece cleaver, high carbon steel cleaver. The handle's attached to the cleaver itself, so if I'm going to whack something, I don't have to worry about the cleaver blade falling off and killing somebody. Okay, so basically you hold it flat here, and we're going to smash it. So there's just a little skin on it. We'll take the skin off, but the remainder, we'll take it and we'll slice it up. Okay? You could take off the ginger with a potato slicer, or you just can leave the ginger skin on. And we'll use some fresh garlic. Now, if you don't have fresh garlic, obviously garlic powder is good. You do the same thing. You take it, it's already peeled already. Unpeeled garlic. Smash it. And then just use the front to push it. Put it together, and then chop it. Okay. So now we'll add it to the Cuisinart. Then we'll add the shrimp. The shrimp is already peeled. And now we'll take care of the tilapia. So I used about 8 to 10 shrimp, 3 fillets of tilapia, now I hope you guys are ready for the holidays coming up next week for Thanksgiving, and I want to wish everyone a wonderful and thankful Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be grateful for. It may not seem like it, but we have a lot to be grateful for. And we'll take the tilapia and we'll cut it. In terms of how many peppers, so we're going to gauge it based on the amount of filling that we're going to put in it. I gauge it to be about one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, around 10. Long peppers, cut in half. So I'll basically get around 20 halves. Okay. We took care of the ginger and the garlic. We'll set that aside. Now we'll bring the Cuisinart over here. Now I gotta tell you, this Cuisinart is over 20 years old. And it's still kicking. All right, and then we'll add our sauces. So we'll add about 3 tablespoons of Shaoxing wine. We'll add about another 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. Then we'll add some white pepper. And we'll add about 2 tablespoons of white pepper, or a teaspoon of white pepper. And we'll blend it all together. Before we blend it all together, we'll add a little cornstarch to bind it together. So we'll add about a teaspoon of cornstarch. And we'll add a little bit of paprika to give it a little color. All right. Blend it together. And so basically what you want is a mesh. All the flavors will be meshed together. And that's what we're looking for. There's some pieces on the side, so we'll choose a spoon to okay. So it meshes together. Disconnect the Cuisinart. And today we're going to use the air fryer. Keep it real simple, real easy. Take off any remaining goody stuff on the blade. And sometimes, from my experience with my other students, they never ever wanted to get their hands dirty. Especially the young generation. All they do is just pop it in the microwave, cook it, and basically eat it with their fingers. Or just using a fork. So they really, in that whole process, they don't really even touch any of the food. I feel cooking eating healthy, you got to get your fingers dirty. It has to be messy. You appreciate the consistency. You can enjoy the aroma as it's being mixed together. That's how I do it. I mean, that's the old-fashioned way. Obviously, I'm of the old-fashioned type. Obviously, I do adapt to changes in cooking. And the air fryer is a wonderful tool. Because I learned that deep fat frying, I used to deep fat fry. I loved it. But my sister, who's a dietitian, had said, and maybe because of my ignorance too, I thought that canola oil was good for you. Well, there's conflicting reports, and the bottom line is that canola oil, vegetable oil, grapeseed oil is not good for you. So what's good for you is olive oil and avocado oil. Although they have high flash points, if you cook quickly on a medium heat, you won't have that problem. And so now this is what we're going to do. So we got the chopping board in front of us, and we're going to stuff to the best that we can the filling into each slice. Now, there may be dispute on how to do it. You can stick it in a plastic bag and squeeze it, cut the end of the tip off the plastic bag. And we could do that, but I find it just easier to do it with as little assistance as possible. And we'll just coat it. Just putting a smear on it. So you have it here, right? So we'll put it on a plate aside. We'll do the next one as quick as we can. Now, it's through my experience that I know exactly what kind of flavor you're going to get from the amount of sauce I put in. But obviously, as you practice doing it and you like it, you'll improve on getting to know the sauces. And that's important for you to know. So you won't be kind of weary or shy about using sauces in the future. So we'll keep it like this. And this is great as a quick meal. If you want hot and spicy, this is the type, the way to go. Obviously, if you don't have hot peppers, you could probably just use regular peppers, bell peppers. And we'll leave it on the side here. And the bell peppers, you may not want to fill it up with all this goodies. You may want to cut it in slices, in cubes, and then you just put in large cubes and just add the stuffing here, the shrimp stuffing on top, and you get the same effect. Just put it in the air fryer. Okay? So, you want to add a lot, you can just smear it around. And then once it's done, it won't take that long to get done. You basically just serve it with white rice. We'll add a little oyster sauce on top. That's part of the brown sauce, oyster sauce. And then basically you have a meal in itself. The rice will make you full, right? So this is not a glamorous thing that I'm doing here, but I'm not here to show you glamour. I'm here to show you an easy recipe that you may have to get your hands a little dirty, but in the end, it's going to taste really good. Okay? All right. So we got it. Put this here. And then we got another one. So I'm just going to show you a few. You fill it in. Spread it. Fill it in. Spread it. Fill it in. Spread it. Fill it in. So why do I use a combination of shrimp and tilapia? Shrimp is very expensive. Tilapia is cheaper. Tilapia can be used as a filler. It won't interfere with the flavor of the shrimp because tilapia is basically a mellow flavored fish. But we want to make it go a long way for our family. All right. So this is a budget buster way of saving a little money. The fish sauce is a salty sauce. Shaoxing wine is a little bit sweeter. Any wine is sweet. White pepper, the fresh ginger and garlic, you'll have bits of it. If you don't have fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder instead. But sometimes we manufacturers avoid using ginger and fresh garlic. It costs too much. But you know what? Fresh ginger and fresh garlic have different flavors, and they're good for your system, your body. But they're not going to waste the time adding that. They're going to use the powder. But with my viewers, I know you guys would appreciate only the very best. So once I show you the best, then you'll be able to provide for your family the same, giving them the best. And this would be a very simple meal. And if your family loves hot and spicy, this would be the one to go with. And you don't really see this in the restaurant at all, so it's kind of unique. It's kind of traditional. All right, so we have the peppers stuffed. Right? So just bear with me. Obviously, I'm going to get the air fryer, and I'll be right back. Hi again. So we got the air fryer, and basically my model here is the Ninja Max. In terms of what's better, I don't know, but I'm sure that a lot of people have the air fryer, and this will be easy for you to cook Chinese in the air fryer. It's been done before, and it's very, very, very easy and delicious. I got to appreciate the using of this. So we're not going to cook it to max, the max crisp, because that's only for fried stuff. So we're going to cut this in half, obviously, to fit the container, and we'll spread it around, right? And but you'll have to know that it's going to cook pretty quick. You're dealing with a thin pepper. The filling is not thick at all. And so we're going to try to test it. Obviously, we have the opportunity to measure it in terms of time. So we'll just spray a little bit of Pam on it. And then we'll insert it into the air fryer. Let's see now, we'll go with air fry. So let's go with maybe 325, right? And then we'll go for maybe 5 minutes. And let's see what happens. We could always check it. And we'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so we took out the one pepper, stuffed pepper. It took about, I needed a little bit more than 5 minutes, so I figure another 4 minutes. So a total of 9 to 10 minutes. Obviously, each air fryer will vary to a certain degree. So about 10 minutes, because you always can pause it and check it out. So here we have the cooked stuffed pepper. So we're just going to brush. Now, as you know, I've always used oyster sauce as part of the cooking process. But in this one, you can just dab on a little oyster sauce, right? That's another way of eating oyster sauce. And basically take it and have it with some fresh rice. Delicious. As you can see, there it is. So for this recipe, I used 7 peppers. So cutting it in half, I have 14 pieces of hot pepper stuffed. As you can see, based on the quantity, using around 8 size 16 to 20 shrimp, 3 small packaged fillet of individually wrapped tilapia, using 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, 2 tablespoons of Shaoxing wine, a dash of white pepper. White pepper over black pepper is more aromatic. I use ginger, small piece of ginger, 3 pieces of garlic, smash it, add it to the Cuisinart, blended it. Add about a half teaspoon of cornstarch to bind it all together as it's blending. And so I have room to make another 6. Another 14 altogether here, and I have more. So in essence, you can make the filling and then buy extra peppers, because you'll always use the peppers later on in the stir fry. So you're not really wasting anything. The peppers will stay for a little bit. So and it also depends on how much filling that you want to put in. So it's really good. You save on using that, not that much oil being used, right? It's healthier, right? And you can have it plain, or maybe not oyster sauce. You may want to use just soy sauce. It's fine too. Or sweet chili sauce. That's up to you. And they have rice, and that's a meal in itself. So I'll be using a lot of different techniques, different tools, and offering you simple recipes, because, you know, spending so much time in the kitchen is not very glamorous. So I'll make them sweet and easy, and I hope that you were able to follow me. And if you have any questions, just put comments under my YouTube page, the video. And if you like what you see and you want to see more, just click on my YouTube, click on subscribe under YouTube, and that will notify you of any future YouTube videos that come up. Remember, Chef Wu can, you can too. And go Ravens. And my other link is chefwucan.com. In that link, in that website I have, as my own personal website, I'm a food blogger, food critic, restaurant critic. I have lots of articles about different areas that I probed into, and or introducing new fruits and vegetables, and easy menus, easy recipes. And I have some of my YouTube videos in, and I'll be upgrading that pretty much too. And then I have an Etsy page. It's Chef Wu Can, collection.etsy.com, where I'll be offering condiments like you heard of chili oil. Well, we have a crunchy garlic chili oil relish in a 4-ounce container. We have sesame honey. We have cinnamon honey. We have Madagascar vanilla bean extract. And that beauty of that extract is that after you finish it, you could add more alcohol and allow it to fuse for a couple of months, and you have another batch. So you basically gain 2 for 1 for the price of 1. So let me know your comments. I appreciate anything that you say, and I do appreciate, and I am very thankful for you, the subscribers, and also the viewers. And I hope that you you will maintain your position with me, and I hope to entertain you next year, 2022. Obviously, we have to get through Thanksgiving and Christmas, so I'll have much more in terms of easy, simple videos. All right? So thank you very much, and aloha. Okay? Bye-bye.